What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Commentary for you. I want to thank Stefan for sending this clip over. We are going to have a huge discussion about this play and how Madden, EA, they really deceive you when they're marketing this game, when they're selling this game, when they're telling you what they've done to the game, when they tell you, hey, we've heard your feedback, we know the changes you want, we've implemented them, don't worry. So the first thing I want to do is show this play to you at speed. And let me just say, I'm not telling you that bad snaps don't happen. They do. What I'm telling you is everything around this is animation dependent. And I'm going to prove it to you. I'm not just going to sit here and tell you my opinion that the game is getting better. I'm going to prove to you that it's not. So the first thing I want to talk about right here is this lineman. And what do we call? We're going to call him Clint. We're going to pretend that maybe Clint isn't that good of a blocker. Maybe he doesn't even make a practice squad. I don't know. Okay. But we have to understand this is a win-loss animation. Either the block is held or it's not. There's no user control. Even if the user was controlling this player, you can't control the offensive line from the snap of the ball. So this is all done through what EA likes to talk about: ratings, realism, all of these things. This becomes an instant loss. So from the onset of this play, you also have to watch how important the animation is for the quarterback and the running back, because we know this is a bad snap. So you have a automatic win for the lineman. You have kind of a mess of no animation for the quarterback recovering the ball. So you can see here the ball goes backwards. Again, these things do happen in real life, but when they happen in real life, does the quarterback continue to hand the ball off to the running back? Generally, no. Generally, there's a reaction from the halfback or the quarterback of, hey, the snap was not correct. I want you to look at these two linemen and just understand where they are looking at each other. Okay, this is very important in terms of football fundamentals, right? Linemen staring at each other does not happen generally seconds into a play. And EA knows this. They sit there, they talk about the blocking, they talk about all the strides they make, right? Targeting issues resulting in linemen coming in untouched. Okay, it's not a targeting issue, it's the animations. When they talk about all the tuning, when they talk about adding all these things, this is what we're talking about when we say don't just add things, fix things. This is why I said it doesn't matter how many plays you add. It matters how many plays work. That's not being negative. It's looking at EA's track record and being honest, because when we go back and look at this play, you're going to see the animations are just not there. So what you end up with is a situation where the quarterback and the halfback do not react to this. And the lineman comes in essentially without ever being touched to pick up this football. Do these things happen in real life? Again, I'm not saying they don't. But what I'm saying is they shouldn't happen 99 times out of 100. In Madden, this play, because it is so animation dependent, can. So when EA sits there and shows you this, and they say, listen, everything starts with the quarterback, core gameplay principles, foundational football, never-ending pursuit of perfection. People ask, you want a perfect game? No, this is EA saying it. When we talk about, hey, you're adding all these quarterback slots, right? You're adding all these traits, 50 of them. It doesn't matter if the basic concepts of football aren't there. None of this matters. All of these names, look for the stars, risk taker, cannon, they just don't matter. And EA knows this, right? They go, and this is from their beta. This is the feedback they give you. It's all about, going out and having player movement, responsiveness, and we're borrowing this from college football. We're doing that because we know you want to feel in control of the player, yet here we are, right? The quarterback, you can't get control of. And I just want to go back and just remind you that when you look at this, there's one player blocking. We are in real time, a second and a half into a play. You've got one player blocking. Unbelievable miscommunication. And not only that, these are the players that were rushing the quarterback. In case you forgot, I'm going to go back. I'm going to force you to watch it for some of you Muppets. This is 4-on-5. This is 4-on-5 blocking. And you're telling me that quick there's only one player being blocked? And two of them are standing there looking at the quarterback while the other one is turned around looking at the quarterback? No, this is not simulation football. This is watching a game attempt to replicate football in the worst way possible. But it gets worse, okay? We go ahead, defensive player has the ball, we flip the camera angle around, and I just want you to understand that the quarterback here, right, they're stopped. They're almost in a strafe. What type of person can make up this amount? It's almost 5 yards. Is this a giraffe? How are we making up 5 yards? Just watch. Watch number two. Watch the strides. One stride, two strides. So you've made up in two strides 4.5 yards from basically standing the wrong way. No, it doesn't. It just does not happen. What's this ball weigh? 1,000 pounds, and the defensive back's lugging it up the field. Was that what the Muppets are going to say? The ball was too heavy. That's why quarterback couldn't catch it. Quarterback didn't have it snapped right. Ball was too heavy. Defensive back was running with it. That's why it slowed it down. No, no. And I want to close this out by talking to you about when the game doesn't improve, right? When we say you're not building on things, you're not making the game better year after year after year. This is going to hurt some people's feelings, but I can't help it. You go back, you take a look. This is 2009. It's a meaningful amount of time ago, right? You've got EA Sports out at NFL training camps promoting Madden NFL 10, and they're talking about fight for the fumble. Okay, this is something that used to be in the game, never got built upon. It's in the game for, I think, a year, possibly two, and then it was removed. When you don't build upon a base, you're never going to get the game better. So they went out and they talked about, oh, this is going to create a whole new element to the game. And look, I'm not going to sit there and say that it didn't have problems. It did. But if you listen to community feedback, then maybe you remove some of those problems and you get something more realistic. And I'm sure someone's going to say, well, Ryan, that wouldn't even impact this play. If you go back and you watch, right, this is fight for the fumble. Right, I want you to look middle of the field. Westbrook has lost the ball. Right, there's defenders that are roughly 2 to 3 yards from it. This is going to trigger the fight for the fumble. So it wasn't just some, dog pile that triggered. It was whenever really the ball was loose and there was multiple players around it. This scenario is exactly what EA was talking about here. Right? You've got a loose ball. You've got offensive players that are actually closer than the defensive players. And sure, maybe they're all going to the ball. But this would have been an ideal time in Madden 10 for fight for the fumble to trigger. Here we are, Madden 26. We are very much still an animation-based gameplay. And we would like to see something like this. But instead, you see what you just got. This is why when we say all these steps in the right direction don't matter. This is why when people say, oh, you need to be positive. No, you need to be realistic. Right? This company, as I've shown you in just a single video with a single play, they are deceiving you. Right? And they're using Muppets in this community to sell you this hope, sell you this promise. They know that you don't want to play this game. They know that this game is bad. They know this game is lacking so many things. So they sit there and they tell you what you want to hear. Oh, you're right, the player movement isn't as good. The players aren't as responsive. The animations aren't as fluid. Don't worry, we're going to fix all that. We've heard you. We've listened to your response in the beta. They make changes to things that don't actually matter because the core principles of football aren't respected. When you see a snap go past a quarterback and the halfback and the quarterback don't react to it, do you sit there and ask yourself, well, what trait did the quarterback have? Did they have a gunslinger trait instead of an awareness trait? What was the fatigue slider at? What was the play recognition at? No. No, you say in real life, from Pee Wee football to the pros, players react to a fumble every single time. They don't continue to hand off a ball that's not even in their hand. Because in many cases, the halfback is going to immediately realize, hey, the snap got botched. Let me fall on the ball. They are literally telling you this game can be used as an NFL training tool. Clint Oldenburg said they were just scratching the surface of this being an NFL training tool. And in one play, you don't even have to know anything about football to understand the principles of the ball is on the ground and the two players on offense are not even attempting to pick it up, you automatically know that's a problem. But EA Sports, they don't want to fix that. They want to just sit there and create mindless things to make the game better. Here's player traits. Here's different attributes you can give your player. No, give us fundamental football, and then all of that other stuff might begin to matter. But when things like this happen, there's no immersion in this game. And there's also no way that I can't be back in the week with more commentary.